Patricia Conroy is a Canadian country music singer. Now, in her career, she has released 5 studio albums and 1 compilation album. Most notably, her number 1 hit, Somebody's Leaving, and What Else Can I Do, from 1994 and 1995.
Lately, Patricia has been writing with many of Canada's brightest country stars like McEntire, Emerson Drive, Chad Brownlee, and most recently has a top 20 hit with the duo Leaving Thomas for Blame It on the Neon.
Patricia Conroy joining CFWE this morning. How did you get started in country music?
Wow. Okay, so we're going way back now to my Vancouver days. Lived on the West Coast there for quite a while and started a band. And I got a record deal with Warner Music Canada. So that was my first big break. And I would say that was like early 90s. And started writing some of my songs, recording other people's songs. I'm a big advocate of just really great songs wherever I can find them. It's just been a ride since then. I mean, there's a whole book or 2 worth of information from then on out.
Because back in the 80s, it was really a $10,000 grant that kickstarted your career.
Yeah, actually, it was a battle of the bands on the West Coast at Gabby's Cabaret in Boone County, and just there was tons of live music in those days and lots of places to play. We would play, 6 nights a week and 4 sets a night. So we really got to hone our craft and get very good at being on stage. And lucky for us, the Patricia Conroy Band won $10,000 worth of studio time. And that's exactly what we did. We went in and cut a bunch of songs. And I remember I didn't have enough songs that I'd written, so I recorded Suspicious Minds, that great Elvis song, and a couple other things, and ended up sending a cassette tape. I'm really dating myself now. Out to Bob Roper at Warner Music Canada. And they called me up in the middle of a week-long gig somewhere on the West Coast and said, well, we've decided we want to sign you to a record deal. And that was just life-changing for me.
You've had some pretty big names cut your songs. What was it like receiving your first Grammy nomination for God and My Girlfriends, performed by none other than Reba McEntire?
Yeah, and you know what? I met Reba years ago at one of the Canadian Country Music Awards backstage, and she was just going to her bus or coming out of her bus after rehearsal, and I was performing that year. I can't remember what year it was, but she was just so lovely and gracious. If you'd have told me then that I would have a song with Reba on an album that was nominated for a Grammy, you could have just knocked me over with a feather. I mean, really, it's Reba.
Congratulations on being added to the Big Valley Jamboree lineup for the main stage. How did it feel getting that call?
Pretty great. I'm not going to lie. Chris and I have been friends for years, Mel and Chuck, and I did the songwriter stage last summer for 4 days, and I loved it. I got to sing songs with Leaving Thomas and just all kinds of great singer-songwriters and host that event. And I'm doing it again this year, all 4 days for the songwriter stage. Chris said, how would you like to play the main stage? And I was like, yeah.
No kidding.
Find my band.
You've been in the business a long time. What do you think of the current Canadian music crop right now?
I think it's really strong. And I know firsthand because I write with almost everybody who's out there. Leaving Thomas, Bobby Wills, Aaron Bichette, Ali, Jake Matthews, everybody. And it's so much fun to do that. It's so much fun to write a song with them and get it recorded and feel like you're part of their journey. I've had mine. I've certainly enjoyed my ride, and I'm still there, and I'm still very, very much a part of the country music scene because of them. So I love it. I think there's so much talent. I'm really excited for some of these new acts, too.
Patricia Conroy joining CFWE this morning. Patricia, you wrote the song Blame It on the Neon by Leaving Thomas. Tell us about that songwriting venture for that hit.
I met Leaving Thomas, Annika and Brighton, in this past year, and we got together and I wrote a song, and that's the first time I'd ever heard her sing or them sing together, and I was really, really impressed with their talent, the amount of talent there. So we were scheduled to write again, and I thought, I'm going to just, find a song idea for a voice like that because for me, I don't have to sing it, but I know the music inside out, and to be able to write a song that maybe I couldn't pull off for somebody who can. And this idea came to me, Blame It on the Neon, and the melody, and she loved it, and the rest is on the radio, I guess. I love this song.
I just came in here tonight because the sign was buzzing bright, said open till 3.